Hey guys, my name is That Quiet Kid, and today we are going to do day 10 of Advent of Cyber 2021. So, today we have offensive is the best defense. MaxKid is trying to discover how the attackers managed to penetrate the network and cause damage to the best festival company's infrastructure. She decided to start doing a security assessment of her systems to discover how Grinch Enterprises managed to cause this damage. She started by conducting a security assessment of her systems to discover how Grinch Enterprises managed to cause this damage and wonders what service they exploited. Before MaxKitty starts firing up Nmap, let's review some keywords related to her task. If you are familiar with the terms IP address, protocol server, and port number, feel free to skip the following three sections and start directly with the Nmap scan. So let's start our Tryhackme machine and connect to the VPN. The command is simple: open VPN and your configuration file. Press enter, and if you see initialization sequence complete, which means you have connected to the Tryhackme VPN. So let's move on. IP address. Every computer that connects to a network needs to have a logical address. For example, a host can be any system with next network access, such as a laptop, a smartphone, or Raspberry Pi. We refer to this address as logical because it's assigned by software and could change over time. So it is showing us different example of IPs. This is the 127.0.0.1 is the local host address, and if config is the command to see the IP address on Linux. If I type if config, you will see this turn 0 interface and my IP, which is 10.8.130.2, and you will see a each 0, which is my interface 0, which represents 10 dot, which is equals to 10.0.2.15, because I am connected to, because my Kali machine is connected to internet through NAT network, and this is LO, which is local host. You are 10.0.127.0.0.1. So let's move on. You can also view the IP address by using different commands. I guess this one IP address show is also for Linux. Let's see if it is. Okay, yes, it is also a command to get the IP address, and it has much better representation than IP config. So let's move on. Protocols and servers. So let's move on. We all know about hypertext transfer protocol. This is your HTTP running on port 80. Any website you used to visit communicates through port 80, but now every website uses HTTPS, which is 443. Domain name system DNS for resolving host names to IP addresses. Post Office Protocol version POP3 for delivering emails. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol for sending emails. And Telnet for remote login. Secure Shell SSH for secure remote login. So let's move on. Ports. We have HTTP running on port 80. HTTPS, I already told you, it's running on 443. POP3 is 110. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, 25. SSH 22 and Telnet 23. So let's move on. Now it shows Nmap. Nmap is a network mapper. It shows how many ports are open on a machine. So the ST commands, ST option you are using right here is for telling Nmap to do the to find the TCP ports, and SS means stealth scan. Stealth scan is usually the scan in which the Nmap uses three-way handshake, but in a way that wait, let me explain. Whenever you make a three-way handshake, it's like synac, and act, which means sin. After it's synac, and this last one is acknowledgement, which means it's like, hey, I want to connect to you. Okay, I am open, you can connect to me. And last one, acknowledgement, is okay, I have connected to you. But this instance can, what happens is it's synac, and at the end you see RST, which means I want to connect to you. Okay, I am open, you can connect to me. But in last you say, I'm kidding, I don't want to connect to you. So in this way it doesn't get caught up in the logs, and you do a stealth scan. But it is not very efficient now, because many of the intrusion detection system nowadays detect this. It has been already explained here. TCP syn scan, You can select the scan with the dash capital smallest option, and Nmap will not make a complete connection if the port is open. That's what I was trying to say. It's SYN, SYNAC, and RST, which means I don't want to connect to you. Okay, and technically speaking, Nmap does not complete a TCP three-way handshake. This is what I was trying to explain. So let's run this Nmap TCP ports. Let's see how many TCP ports are on this. Simply start Nmap, and I will type V, which will increase the verbosity to 1. Verbosity means I want to see the ports as soon as it finds. Okay, increasing send delay. Okay, can I ping it? Okay, TTL is 63, which means it is Linux, and 5 received, so it is open. Okay, let the Nmap scan run. Help mxkd and run this command. How many ports are open between 1 to 100? So let's see how many ports are open. It is running. Let's see what is the smallest port number that is open. What is the service related to the highest port number you found in the first question. So let's see, it is still running. Let's increase the verbosity to 2. Okay, many of the packets are being dropped. Okay, connect scan time. Okay, it is showing just 47 seconds more. Okay, so okay, 50% is done. So let's see what do we have next. Run this nmap dash stealth scan. Did you get the same result? So let's run this as well. Okay, let's see. If you want nmap to detect the version info of the installed services, you can use sv to detect service versions, service information. What is the server, what is the version number of the web server? So let's see. If you want nmap to detect the version information of the services installed, you can use this command as well. So let's run this as well. Okay, let's split terminal horizontally. Sudo su. Let's switch to root, and let's run. Okay, it shows us 2 ports are open. Our stealth scan has shown us 22 and port 80 open, and this scan is still running. Let's see how many ports are open between. Let's see if this stealth scan and this uh, detect TCP ports give us the same results. If it gives, so we will both have same number of ports open. So let's see. Let me guess. Yes, they both give us the same result. They are 2 ports open, so we can answer this question as well. What is the smaller port number that is open? What it was, SSH port 22. What is the service related to the highest port number you found in the first question? It was HTTP running on port 80. Yes, I am right. And the version that has been identified is Apache HTTP 2.4.49. So let's paste it in. By checking the vulnerabilities related to the install uh, web server, you learn that there is a critical vulnerability that allows path traversal and remote code execution. Now you can tell Mexkitty that Grinch Enterprises used this vulnerability. What is the CVE number of the vulnerability that was solved in the version 2.4.49? 2.51, 2.4.51. So let's see. Right. Okay. By checking the vulnerabilities related to the current installed software. It is a path traversal and remote code execution in Apache 2.4 point this, and its CVV number is this. Is that a question? Let me see again. What is the CVV number? So this is the CVV number. Let's no, this is wrong. Okay. 2.4.50 provided an incomplete fix for this. It's a null pointer. Critical part Apache. This a flaw was found in the change made to path normalization in Apache. This an attack will use a path traversal 41773. Okay. Okay, what I am looking at 2.4.50 provided an incomplete fix for this CVV. By checking the vulnerabilities related to the installed web server, you learn that there is a critical vulnerability that allows path traversal and remote code execution. Can you tell MaxKD that Gwinch Enterprises what is the CVV number of the vulnerability that was solved? What was solved in? Okay, this was the CVV. Okay, this is right here. That was solved. Yes, this is correct. You are putting the pieces together and have a good idea of how your web server was exploited. MaxKD is suspicious that the attacker might have installed a backdoor. She asks you to check if there is some service listening on an uncommon port outside the 1000 ports. Whenever you run a normal Nmap scan, it always scans the top 1000 ports that are used by that are used by a server. But if you want to scan all the ports, you have to specify -p flag. So let's do that. Let's do nmap dash p1 to 65,535 ports, and the IP address is 10.10.218.194, and let's specify the speed to t4, and let's increase the verbosity. You can check if there is there is some service listening on an uncommon port outside the 1000 common ports that Nmap scans by default. She explains that adding this flag will scan all the 65,535 port TCP ports instead of only scanning the 1000 most common ports. What is the port number that appeared in the results now? So let's see. We have okay. So let's run this without speed, without specifying the speed as well. 65,535. Okay, and the IP is 10.10.218.194. Press enter, increase the verbosity to 2, and I'm using speed as well because when you increase the Nmap scan, sometimes it skips over the ports, but we will run this default scan as well. This will scan at a speed of t equals to 3, I guess, by default. Okay, it has scanned 2 ports by now. Let's increase the verbosity. Okay, so now we have 2 questions. What is the name of the program listening on the newly discovered port? So let's see what is the hint. If this scan takes more than a few minutes, consider using Nmap with the ST option, which means scan only the TCP ports 20,000 to 21,000 and dash T4. So T4 is the flag which we use to specify the speed for a scan, where dash speed 20,000 to 21,000 means we are telling Nmap to scan between this ports between this 20,000 to 21,000. So let's scan that because our scan is taking too long. Okay, let's split the screen again, switch user to root. Let's do the nmap 10.10.218.194 and specifying the speed to 4 and specifying port to 20,000 to 21,000. So let's press enter, increase the verbosity to 3. Okay, it has found a port. It has found port 20212. So 20212 is the port. Open. What is the name of the program listening on the newly discovered port? So let's see. SV is the command, I guess. Dash SV. Okay, we know the port. So let's specify the port number, which was 20,212. 20212. See. Okay, it is showing us that telnet, which is remote connection, which is for remote connection, is running on this port. So let's paste it in. Okay, what is the name of the program listening on the newly discovered port? It is telnet. Telnet D. Yes, it is telnet D. So let's move on. If you would like to learn more about the topics covered in today's task, we recommend checking out the network security models. So that completes our day 10 of Advent of Cyber 2021. So that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.